Alright, welcome back everybody. We've learnt the basics of understanding what the game is about and how best to start the game, getting ready sort of to build a base and live, etc. Now let's continue this guide and play the game a bit and see how to build the basics. So I've just crash landed on this bit, the bit I spoke about in the last guide, which was the beach and the shoreline. Now I said you could set up here, see this, you could just create a straight line going across here and that will just defend against anything coming from in front, so it's a one-sided attack. So I'll just help this guy up first. This is Kelvin, he's game up, he's our helper. Right, we won't do anything with him just yet. So first of all, let's open up these boxes, see what we got. Let's just pick up everything. Doesn't matter if you pick up too many of one thing or just chuck it. There's loads of places to find anything you need in this game, so just pick everything up and then we'll talk about it later. I'll just put that away. There you go. And let's pick that as well. Right, that's that. There we go. So there might be some other things I've missed, but I'll get those later. Now, as we run around together, you'll notice these sticks. So we need to get some sticks and dead fish. Chase the birdies away. Let's get some sticks. Oh, pick up some rocks as well. You can only collect so much of each, so once you've got enough, don't worry about it, just keep going. You don't get weighed down, you don't slow down, so carry as much of everything as you can. And right, this goes through the rest of the team. Okay, can't do anything there. Right, let's see if these guys got anything. They just stay there. Okay. So now let's think. What do we do? Where do we go? And how do we do it? So I feel kind of safe here. Okay, so the first thing is, let's open up our inventory. There you go, so what have we found? We have found energy drink. So of course I'm playing with keyboard mouse, so if I click on that it'll drink it. Now if you look at the bottom right, you've got something that looks like a bicep with the number 1 on it. That's your strength level. Next to it is your water drop, that's how thirsty you are. Then your piece of meat and bone, that's the middle one, that's your satiety, how hungry are you. And then third one, how tired are you. Now that's kind of, it goes very slowly, so don't worry too much about it. It doesn't take much to raise them back up. On the bottom left you can see the small red quarter, that's my health. And the big blue one, that's your stamina. Now if I close, if I start running, as you can see the stamina bar is going down. And the moment you stop, it just goes back up again very rapidly, so don't worry about having to come to a full stop, just keep it going. What you don't want to do is have that bar low when you're running through cannibals or the jungle. You can always get to about a quarter or 3/4 of the way and then quickly walk again, so you can quickly build back up in case you do come across a cannibal, then you can just run away. Now the health you have to get up through other means, but for now, for example, look, we've picked up this med. It's telling me to open that, and just open this. There you go. Yeah, opened it. So what have we got? Got our meds. Let's have one of those. Now the health bar will go up about 80% of the way. So because I was already about 25%, this will go full. But if I get hit in this time while it's loading, the health will stop there. It will then not continue again after that. So you want to make sure you're in a safe place, or you get to safety after you've taken one of these. Likewise, if you look at the first big blue green icon, the water drop, I have an energy drink. it will raise my energy level. The pink bit is kind of like adrenaline, so you're not fully rested, but you're running on adrenaline, so it's kind of filling that gap. The pink icon in the third little circle there. But my as you can see, my health and my stamina are full now. You've got your meal rations as well. MREs, they heal a massive chunk of satiety, so you definitely want MREs when you can find them. They almost one bag fills you up completely, and they last a while. And we've got some ammo and some batteries. These will all come in use later. And we've got flare as well. Let's just throw flare there. Why not? Of course. Right click, scrape, and then throw. Yeah. So each item comes with almost dual keys. You can't pick up after use, of course. Put that away. Here you go, Kelvin. Right. You know what? Why don't you go get some logs and drop here. Here you go. So while we're picking up sticks and rocks, you can go cut down some trees. Let's go back to the inventory. So we've got some duct tape, some wire. All these things will come in later. Now, this gear icon, this tells you what you can craft. Just open those up as well. So if I hover over it, it tells me, at the moment, with all the equipment I have in my inventory, I can only craft a spear, and only if I have a knife, a duct tape, and 2 sticks. Now, they're all grey, which means I actually have them. If they were red, you're missing them. So if I put duct tape, and what was it? A knife there as well. And now 2 sticks, so it shows you other things as you add things as to what it could be made with them, but they're all red and they don't show because I didn't have the required items. And let's put 2 sticks. This goes black, press, and suddenly, just like that, whoo, yeah, there we go, a spear is made. Now, you can of course just close your inventory or put it back in there and it just repositions. Now what you can do is you can equip them to like shortcuts. So I'll make my axe number 1, so I just press number 1 there, and I'll make my spear number 2. These are shortcuts, and my map I'll make it as, actually, I think if I just press M it comes up, right? Yeah, there you go. Look at that phone, yeah, latest technology and all that. So what's my objectives there as I look at this device? So find Team B and find the Puffon family. Puffon? Don't know how to really pronounce that. Did I read that right? Was it Puffton? Puffin. Anyway. Okay, so that's your inventory, and you can keep looking around because it goes considerably. So keep looking down, then right, all the way. As you can see, that tactical jacket. I'm already wearing one, so can't wear that one. But I've somehow picked up another one. We've got a top over there. Now, you can add items to your backpack because what happens is when you press your inventory, it opens the inventory. But if you hold it, it quickly brings up everything kind of in front of you, so you can just pick there and then what you need. And then you can close it again. Now, first of all, I'm going to make a little sleeping tent. Let's put this down. If it's white, it's fine. If it's red, you can't place it there. So you put that down, and then an arrow pops up in the corner. You can either click on it, or you can get the required item when you learn what. Click on that, and there you go. You need a stick, and suddenly, voila, we get a floppy disk and a moon. So we can either sleep, or we can save our game. So I'm going to create a new game. I'll go new save, and I'll call it 1. There you go. So my game is saved. Now, what I would recommend is you save all the time, and if you want, create 2 or 3 files, so you can always revert to one that's appropriate, depending on what's happened. Now I'll leave that there, but what you can do is you can then hold the right keys and take it all back again. So always carry 1 top and 1 stick with you wherever you go. So if your main base is built here, you can quickly set up a base and sleep or save before, say for example, you go into a cave. Okay, so let's create that again because we're going to leave that there just while we teach the basics of the game. I'll leave that there, we'll get our stick, click on that. And you can put sticks all around, so you can lift up as many corners of the top as you want. Ta-da! Let's do another one. Boom. Now here's the thing about sticks. You can support them. Okay, so by putting them, you see where the floppy disk icon is, you place them there. So let me just grab a stick. You can't obviously support your own house because that's just built. But say for example I wanted to place, I used the wrong one. Okay, so for example we put a stick there. Let's go and get some more sticks, and then I'll carry that on. So as you run around, they kind of just spawn continuously. So this is why the beach also helps, but you get a lot more in the foresty areas, of course. So say I put my fire, and there's that line there represents another item can go there. So I'm going to click again, put another one, and you see it kind of rebuilds. Now there's nothing else there, so I now can light it. Okay, and still can't add anything else, but it can get bigger. Alright, so if I'm going to go back to my rocks, when I get my rocks, I'm going to put some rocks around it. Those circles just appear. So you put your rocks, there you go. Now we need one more rock. Let's go get another rock. Where's rock? There it is. So of course you can create shortcuts for these rocks as well. Everything pretty much in your inventory. There you go. So that's our campfire done. Now why do we put rocks around it? It kind of supports the item that you put in the ground. It keeps it there for longer and more sturdy. Now let me show you. So if I get one of these logs, if I go up to it, okay, so nothing visible, so we put that down, and then I get, that was number 1, right? Yeah. So if I press number 1, there you go. So now what comes up is these red lines. Where do you want to chop it? So you can chop them in the middle, you can chop it lengthways, depending on what you want to build. That will come into use later. So now let's chop a quarter. Chop that quarter in the middle. There you go. Put that away. Now if I carry these quarters to the flame, a new line appears. Another one. Now you're just reinforcing the flame. Okay. So let's get a log. Let's get 2 logs. Now what happens is you obviously learn this through the game, but after you've put a quarter in, you get big lines now. It basically splits big logs into halves. So we couldn't use that one because that was 3/4, and you can see the image shows it. What we can do though, however, is if we get more, even bigger line right there. Now if I tell Kelvin, go get logs and drop here. Now you don't have to keep telling him. Kelvin will continuously do what he can randomly as the AI NPC. Yeah, we'll just go about doing it. Now what he just did there, he went, I don't know what you mean, right? That happens sometimes, but he doesn't really register. Or it might be that it's too far away, the next available item. So if you go more closer to the trees, he might be able to do it there. And look, he's going and sitting right on the fire. Nice one, Kelvin. Nice. Let's show something else. So, do we have sticks? Yeah, so we have sticks. Okay, so that's our fire, but here's the difference between creating that kind of fire. In fact, I'm going to get something. 1 second. Let's get a log so I can show you guys properly. Alright, cut that down. So it kind of takes longer with the smaller axes, but you will unlock the bigger axes in the game, and as you do so, you'll get quicker to do this. There you go. So our trees fall in. That way, let's put these sticks while they're here. Don't stand. Right, there you go. So I'm going to pick up these 2 logs, run back to Kelvin, and you can see Kelvin just, yeah, he's still sitting away there. Okay, normally he would burn and start screaming and you'd have to pick him up, but anyway, so look, let's get another one there and another one there. Now that's your big fire. So that there will last several days. The more you add, the longer it will last. So now that we've got our heat, right, so if we're cold, especially in winter, we know how to create heat. So what else can we do? Well, let's get our stick. Now, if we put another flame, let's create another fire there. Yeah, light it up. So you find these leaves just by walking through the forest, it just grabs them. Or you can whack like branches as you go in the forest and you'll just grab leaves. There's tons. So, now that we've got that, we need to let's get our stones again. Sorry, our rocks. Stones are the little ones in the game. So let's be very clear. Yeah. And they just spawn randomly, so you can just keep getting it. Perks of living on the beach, eh? Ah, one short again. Okie dokie. Boom. Now, let's chop another quarter. Let's reinforce our fire. There you go. And Kelvin comes down and sits next to the proper fire. So I'm going to save that because I've done a bit of work. Get in the habit of saving several times. There you go. So that's now saved. What I would say is don't build more than that for your food. So one's for warmth, one's for food. I mean, this will give you warmth as well if you're standing next to it. But when you're out and about in the forest, you don't want to create a big one like that. It'll just burn for days. Don't need it. It's more work for you. But what we do need is to create our food. And that's, so we've covered our inventory, we've covered the basics of building warmth and shelter. So now comes this, learn the basics of construction. Okay, let me clear this up. So if it says, look, remove a place structure by holding C. If I just hold C on it, see that X? That tells me that I can't move that because something else is interacting with it, and that would be the tarp. Okay, but if I go to this one, yeah, same. So you have to remove the tarp first. There you go, remove the tarp, then you can get all the other sticks. So let's put our tarp back. Yeah, done that. Okay, now we can do the basics of construction. There we go. So we open up our book. 3rd edition. Alright, so first of all, look, here's the tent. That's what we've just done. Now, you can see on the side there, it says switch mode X. If I hold switch mode, it kind of tells you how to build all sorts of other things. These are a bit more complex. Yeah? So let's go back to the basics. There you go. So first page, so click right at the top, that's green. That's first page 10. It will flick through all these side chapters as you keep clicking this bottom right button, so don't get confused like I did once. Because it will keep, so that for example will go backwards in the book. Yeah, so we go basic fire, so we've done that. There's your basic fire, tells you, so you get a stick, snap it, put 2 sets of sticks down, and then you can burn a fire. Reinforce it, put some stones around it. Bonfire, that's what we've just done there. Yeah, so it's quarters, then whole logs, and then standing fire. So let's do that. Look, but we don't have a red cloth, so we need to find this cloth, and then we can build this as well. So what can we do? Right, these we don't need. So let's see, what can we go to? Stick structure. Okay, don't have a skull, but reinforced structures. Ah, here we go. Something we can do. So let's create this. Spikes. You would have seen this in my first video. So we get our stick. Now, when you look at the floor, you see that those 2 white lines. That's saying that it's going to break it to make it on fire. There's an alternate button, as you can see. So for me, it's right click. That turns it into a square. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it on the ground. Now, if I just walk into it, it falls down. There you go. And that is the purpose of reinforcing. Have I got any rocks? No. So I need to go get some rocks. Okay, there we go. Now if I get my rocks, put my rocks around them, it's 3 per stick. There you go. Now if I walk into it, nothing. So you can see how that can work against the cannibals. Now if I put another stick on top, just keeps going higher and higher, right? Pull that one back down. And I'll get my axe. Now with my axe, if I hit that, there you go. It now has made a spike. Now if I walked into it, I'd get hit once and then it would just fall down. But because I've reinforced it, it can actually stay there. Now if I walk into it, look how much of the life that just took away. Right? It's very effective against the cannibals. Alternatively, we can make sure again it's circle. Now we can put it on the ground anywhere. But here's a problem when you try to make a whole line of them. It almost defaults to what you make like a fence. So the line prevents you from putting, for example, one in the middle. Okay. So how do we get past that? Well, once you've created one and spiked it, then you can go next to it and create one right beside it. But otherwise, if you have them standing like this, it wants to make a fence. Again, you can reinforce it. Oops, almost hit it there. If you hit it, it'll just break, and then you have to build it again. Let's get some more rocks. Okay. So, you decide which of those you prefer. Maybe spike in front. Oh, as you want to click there. Spike in front and then a fence behind. Double layer. Or maybe 2 or 3 layers of just spikes. So that's your defense there. So we've got our small fire, big fire, tent, and your defense. Okay, let's keep looking. What else we got? Floors, yeah, we can show that later as we build a house. It's a bit early for that yet. Stone walls, even more. To be honest, I never touched stone walls. I just found them too ugly. I like my wooden buildings. They're just as sturdy. You can create ramps and railings, defensive walls. Yeah, let's do a defensive wall. So now that we're on the topic of defense, let's do a defensive wall. Oh, it's slowly getting dark, the sun's setting. Now we do not want to be around at night when the sun's out. So those cannibals will attack, and they attack from day 1, so don't have too much time. But how else can we create the defense? Right, so that there will place the log. That's sturdy, it's not rolling away, it's been placed like that. But we don't want to do that. What we want to do is, again, right click, make it circle. I'm going to put it like that, and then you can put one next to it. See when it connects like that, that's connected to that wall. If you move it away, it then changes. Now that's snapped into place. So we put them next to each other. There you go. So that's how you make your wall. When you get that red line is again where it's going to chop. Make sure you got your aim right before you click, because you could otherwise whack it and then it's damaged. You have to take it out and do it again. So there you go. And you can basically do that around your whole compound for added defense. But the only problem with this is, if just like that on its own, you'll get cannibals that will just come and attack this, and they're not getting hurt while they're attacking it. That's why it's a good idea to use these spikes in front of anything you build as an additional layer, because while they try to come to reach it, it goes yeah. And that's that. Okay, so that's our basics. Now let's see what else we've got. Door lock, yeah, I'll show that later. Windows and shutters, electricity. That's a long way away. Electric fences, firewood. Yeah, we'll get there. Okay. Health mixes. This is growing your own food and soil. Ah, there we go, look. Cooking. So we was talking about how do we get health and stuff earlier. Well, that's what we need. We need a fire first, which we've built. We've then reinforced it. Now we need to put water into a saucepan and put that saucepan onto the fire. So where do we get a saucepan? So that's one of the items that you're going to have to search around the island to find. They are everywhere, and when you find one, you can then make your clean water with it, etc. So while we're doing that, let me just pick that up, throw that over there. It's going to save, because if I get stuck in the darkness, I want to try again, and maybe no, hang on, I left too late. Oh, we've got some more logs. Wait, the tree. Oh, this is the one that Kelvin brought me earlier. We rolled off. Okay, so let's go and put those over there as well. Let's create a little stack for now. Actually, let's place them as a stack. There you go, one on top of another. That's it, they'll just stay like that now. And we've got a tortoise. Now, I know I don't like to do this in the game, but unfortunately, it's just one of those things where we need it in the game. There you go. So now that knife blade there, let's cut that. Sorry everyone, I don't like doing this. There you go. So we've got our tortoise. Now the green, if I tap and hold, it will collect. If I tap, it will eat. That's what it's telling me. So let's just look, and you can see I'm half hungry, so I'm gonna tap, click one, eat the other one. Okay, my health went up a little bit, but that's only little. If you cook it, etc., it goes up way more. I'm not going to take his head. It's supposed to be a trophy, but oh, there's another one. Okay, I will show you why I did that. Let's see. So if we go, so keep going 10. Okay, so that's it. So that's this book done. All right. So let's go to the more complex structures now, and I'll let you play around with these. But for now, I'm going to go straight to storage. So in storage, we can create, where are you? There, rain catcher. 12 sticks, 1 tortoise shell. And there it is. So it asks you where you want to place it, so we'll just place it right there. Approach it. Okay, I need 8 more sticks. See, now this is where Kelvin helps, because if you tell Kelvin to go around collecting sticks, he'll already have collected all these for you. And right now they're not spawning, and it's getting dark as well, so it's going to be more difficult. Let's see, no, that's not a stick. Oh, by me. It's getting dark, there we go. So we need, so if I just whack away all these things, these shrubs, sticks drop. Now, as you've got a build in progress, it will tell you in the corner there, look, I need 1 of 1 shells, which I have. I need 2 more sticks, because I've got 6 out of 8. 7 out of 8, let's get 1 more stick. There you go, 8 out of 8. Whoa, let's not touch that. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go, put the shell. There you go. So now that there is our rain catcher. Every time it rains, we'll get clean water in there, which we can use to fill up our saucepan. Now we can collect from the rivers as well, and the small lakes, but not the sea because it's salty water. So what we do is we go up a river and we collect it, or we catch rain like this, and that's our water source. Now let's go and get a saucepan. I'll show you where one saucepan is. It's getting dark as well. So this is now where cannibals could attack. If you don't, if you stay still, they will attack. If you keep moving, you're less likely to bump into them. But I need my light. Yes, that's all we get for a light source. Until, oh blimey, can't see anything. Okay, so this is where you want to get red cloths. Now I'm walking along the coast to where I showed you where I had built my previous building. although this is a new game, but you can see now why I chose what I did. But yeah, run along the coast. And what you'll find is, let's go and get, in fact I'm going to go and get a clock quickly because I know where one is, just to help you see better. Oh, my stamina's going down as well, so I need to let that recharge before I run to a cannibal camp. So I'm just running blind looking at the map here. But where this river is, near my base, I know that every time I spawn, there is, at the end of the water, there is here, if I can get into the water, there we go, there. So I'm in the water, I can either now drink the water, because I'm thirsty, but see the little bit of yellow on the health bar? That means the health bar will only ever refill back up to that point, because I've drunk dirty water. After a minute or two, that yellow will disappear. So it's a small time delay. But if you come to the end of this little lake here, there's your cloth, and there's your rope. Now, let's get, oh, I need a stick. Okay, let's run back into the jungle. I need to quickly get a stick. There we go, got a stick. Now, got a stick in there. Sorry. Need to select it, not. There you go. And that as well. And there you go. Combine. So now I've got my torch stick. Okay, so if we put that as number 3. Oh, you can't. You have to manually select it right, so you press L to light it. There we go. So now you can see. And the thing is that you can put that away, it'll go back into your inventory and you can use it again when you want. It doesn't really die out. I don't think it does. But while I'm talking, if you notice the yellow and the health bar is almost gone. So let's continue to where I was earlier. Okay, so this is the problem with going out at night. Until you find a flashlight, yeah, it's a bit difficult to see where you're going. And now imagine if you're browsing those caves and they are dark. So, but anyway, let's cross this waterway. So my camp is pretty much just there ahead of us. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I didn't bring my tarp with me, see? Okay, so that's a good thing here, good learning point. I'll show you why, because if I had my tarp, I could have quickly tried to sleep and wake up in the morning so it's daylight. Because right now I don't exactly need to do anything adventurous. But I didn't bring my tarp with me, so there's my learning lesson. However, you'll find several everywhere, and they do remain where you placed them, so it's fine to just leave several set up around the map, so that you don't have to always worry about setting one up. So all I've done is I've gone round the coast, and I am going to the end of the beach. Okay, run out of stamina again. No, this one's, the start of the game is a little bit long-winded, but there's a reason for this. It helps build progress. Okay, so if I show you where I am, so you see where the K is and the yellow hut, that's where we were, that's where our base is. And where I am now is just up opposite the sea, the water. So I've gone round along the coast right to the end, and that's where we will find there, see that red light? That's where we're going to. You'll find these everywhere throughout the map. And it's basically always who dies? What have they got? So let's see, look, we've got a machete. Awesome. Picked up a machete now. And then we've got, let's see, open up the box. Got some rifle ammo, some duct tape. Keep going back, got some food. There's your saucepan. Yeah, cooking pot. We collected it. Let's collect that as well. Collect that as well. Basically, collect everything you can. Yeah, we'll explain what the others are later. But we were here for the cooking pots. And the beauty about this game is every time you come back to these places, the items are there again. Not so much the case box, the items in the boxes, but the things scattered around the tents. They will always be there, like this tarp. So now I've got another tarp, and I can save again. Now what happens, I'm going to save, and then I'm going to fast forward time, see what happens. Okay, so no cannibals attack me. To be fair, I don't think they attack until the third day, but that's ultimately what we were looking at. So we came here and we've got our pot. There's another noodle. There's some solar panels, but we don't need them yet. So we've got our case. So that there across from me, where I'm pointing right now, that's our camp. That's where it is. So we've literally just run all the way around. You know what? I'll just take one anyway because I can hold it. There you go. Why not? Yeah, you can carry a few of those. And this is our first defensive. So now we've got our machete rather than our blade. So rather than having axis number 1, we'll have the machete as number 1. That for chopping trees. And then we'll have our stick for defense. Number 4 can be our light. There we go, it's raining. So let's go and look back at our camp, see what happens. If you can see, my health bar is just over midway and my stamina is very low because I'm thirsty and I am very hungry, but I'm not tired. This is where the game can be awkward because you could be tired during the day and need to sleep and wake up at night and fight cannibals, or you could be tired at night, you wake up and it's nice and daytime again, so you skip cannibals. It's purely luck, but this is why you need to save before each night occurs, or before you save and before you sleep. So we'll just finish off this run. Let's see if I've got anything to get my stamina back up. Right, so let's use an MRE. Let's eat that. Boom, nearly full health. Let's have a can of drink, get some energy and quench our thirst. Boom, and as you can see the stamina is going up as well. Now if you notice, the red strength marker, that's showing number 1, but it's almost full. I'm currently 38, and I think what it does, it allows you to throw like logs and things further and faster and collect more of each item, so you can have more in your inventory. So by chopping, by carrying heavy things like logs, that strength marker goes up. We've got chocolates, we've got oyster as well. Let's eat that. Let's get out of our inventory because I don't like those little things. Got some ramen noodles, but we're not going to eat them raw. We're going to make some food with them. So now we can run for longer. Might as well pick up some stuff while I'm running on the ground. No, it's not a stick. Never mind. In fact, let's go for a little swim. Can I swim here? Too shallow. There we go. Now we can swim. Okay. Don't go in there yet. Don't be tempted. You will die. Not immediately, but you will. Well, let's collect some more logs while we're here. Those as well. So as you can see, you don't have to build log storages and things. You can just keep piling, and you can just do it next to it, etc. Right, there you go. There's our water being collected in our rain catcher. But what we need to do is be wary of this. The fire will go out if we do not maintain it. So let's top it back up. There we go. And now, okay, so what do we do with excess? So we've got some excess. Let's bring the book back up and we go back to storage. And we want to store, let's see, firewood storage. There we go. Perfect. Put that right next to it. What do we need? We need 20 sticks. So if I now do, where's Kelvin? Kelvin, come here. If I do maintain base. Maintain base will mean repair what needs repairing, fill what storage can be filled, or build what can be built. It will do things for us. So he should hopefully collect sticks and build that firewood storage for us now. Let's see what he does. In the meantime, we will get our pan. We will collect our water. Now, as you can see, it didn't fill up all the way, but that's the advantage of having more than one of those. Okay, but can we put that on the fire? Let's see, let's go up to a fire. Hold E, will it go on there? Yeah, it's got enough water in there to do something with it. Now this is saying, what can we cook? And it'll tell you how much thirst, how much satiety, how much health, and special perks that each individual menu will give you. What I found the easiest was noodles. Just gives you a bit of everything. But if you fight cannibals, you can chop up the cannibals' heads, arms, legs, and basically put the whole body in there and eat it. So I'm going to just put noodle. Now it goes black, which means one option is now available. So let's cook. There you go. That will now just cook away. And as you can see, Kelvin is building our firewood storage. So he's put 5 sticks already. We need 15 more. Now while that's doing that, I'm going to go and help Kelvin collect some sticks. Oh, that disappeared. What is that? Turtle eggs. Ugh. I've seen those before. Normally, I've never really even seen turtles in this area before. So I played 78 days and I never saw a single turtle. But luck of the draw, I guess. Let's collect some stuff. Right, I've got a stick. Is that it? I've only got 1 stick. Do I have to go all the way back to the trees? Yeah, I think I need to go back to the trees and get some more sticks. Let's have Calvin out there. Okay. The food boiling, water boiling takes about 40 seconds, 30 seconds. So it's not long. But you can do other things while you're waiting. Now you'll always find sticks in the forest area. Look, you just do that. So you collect leaves and you break all these little bushes and shrubs and get sticks. So there's loads of them. Right, let's go back. We've got 8 out of 8 sticks needed to finish building that storage. And after you build, you can pick up that cube, but it wobbles when I hold it. So it now picks up and you can place it back again anywhere you like. So you just don't destroy it. But there we go. So now what do we do with these, right? So we pick these up and we can now drop them on there. There you go. And that can carry 12 of them nice and neatly. So you'd always have fire logs. Now here we go. So we've now got our drink, so we can drink from it. Or we can take the cooking pot and put it back in our inventory and it will be ready for us to have. There we go, we've got a quarter left still. Ready for us to have on our adventures from the island. But I'm going to put it back on there. There you go, just leave it on there. Kelvin's tired, so he's resting. And there's our very strong fortified base. So that is all you need to survive. So we've got water, we've got sleeping place, a little stick, we got that. And so you can create your little storages, but let's just make that a bit more professional. Let's go to page 1. Let's do stick storage as well. So Kelvin can create, so you can gather sticks. Oh, one away. There you go, Kelvin. Collect sticks for us as well. That can hold 30. And then we've got the same as rocks. So that will hold rocks. And then log storage, large log storage, just do a large one. Yeah. Unlimited logs. There we go. Right, so now Kelvin should go around, build those for us, fill them for us. What he won't do is maintain, for example, the fires. He doesn't put more logs on these fires, etc. We have to maintain things, but he can repair, he can build. Let's just add some logs to those. Where is it? Come on. There we go. 1, 2. There's another one. Going 3. There we go. And then we can take that one up. So now what I can't do is that you can't just add it onto there, so you do have to chop it. Okay. There you go. So, look, Kelvin's already collecting sticks for us. Let's take his sticks and build the rock storage. Now, look, this is all outdoor base. Okay, so if you wanted to start doing what I did and start building a house, of course you can. You just have to get loads and loads of logs and start building your base. But we'll get to that later. Okay, let's see what else can we do. Yeah, stone storage. We don't want stones. We've got bone storage as well. You can get to those later. I'll show you those with the cannibals. For now, I think the next thing we should do is fish. Let's get some fish, but we need some sticks. Let's just go grab some more sticks. And I'll show you what we can do with the fish. So we've got, yeah, you know, you found noodles, but you don't come across them everywhere. So where do we get food from? Water, as you can see, you can just run up to a lake, drink it a little bit, stay safe for a few minutes and you'll heal again, although not fully. But with hunger, you've either got to find food or you've got to catch food. So there's two ways to have good food. One that you find, one that you catch and either cook or dry. That's what we'll do now. So first of all, we're going to go to our nearby lake. Again, you can see why I chose where I put my base originally in the first video. Because the base would be here, so we don't have to do all that extra running. Right, there we go. So, got to be careful of that smoke. So that could be a live cannibal camp. It could be people there. But for now, oh look. If you see these markers, that's the initial site to tell you that there's cannibals nearby, and if that they will also claim this area. So if they're putting these, they will claim the area. So by knocking these things down, you're delaying them from coming to either attack or claim. So just knock them down while you can. Now what you can do is you walk around this lake, and there you go. Look, fishy, come here, fish. That's 1, 2. And 3. You can only hold 3 fish. But there you go. So I've got fish. I'll have my free water drink while I can because my health's not getting any higher. So it's not affecting it. And look, if I had my cooking pot, I could have filled my cooking pot. But I didn't bring that. So let's go and back to our camp. In fact, yeah, let's go through the forest and pick up sticks and all sorts. even at night time you can see all these silhouettes coming up, so these little icons. That's how you know you can collect stuff. I think you collect about 16 sticks. So, right, let's go back to my camp. Oh, 18. Oops, bad mistake there. Alright, so Kelvin's tired again, but he will build up his stamina too over time. Let me just finish that. There you go. Now you can get sticks and... So don't forget, even with the pot on here, you have to maintain the fire, but as you can see, there's still logs underneath, so we don't have to put it in there yet. But what we will build is a drying rack. Let's build a drying rack. Now we'll put it near the fire. Just because it looks pretty that way. You don't have to though, I think. Let's build that, there you go. And now you hang your raw fishes and raw collected meats. These will take a bit of time, so have plenty on the go. I always have 2 racks full, but one fish is almost half of your satiety, and the meats I think are full, but when they dry they probably take about 10-15 minutes at least to dry. They're so worth it, and you can collect, obviously you can store them in your inventory, because if you hold them like they are now, they will just go rotten and you have to throw them away. So dry them on the drying rack, put them in your inventory, and then, oh hello, interesting. Never seen that before. Yeah, but they don't take it. But your characters, your Kelvin and Virginia, who you meet later, they will come and eat from the rack, so they will also feed their own stats. But yeah, there you go, so that's that. Storage log's almost been built. Let's help Kelvin out there. Let's see, let's grab one of these, see if we can put it in there. Yep, that line's there, so you can add another one. And these are some of the repetitive things you have to do in the game, but that's obviously if you just want to stick around here. If you go off and explore the island, you can just set one up wherever you are. So now I've done a fair bit, so I'm going to save again. There we go. Did I just, yeah. Oh look, water's full, nearly full, that's about halfway full, but good enough. That's it, I guess, for now. So that's ultimately how you go through the book, and you can build all these things that you like, which will help you out. What I would recommend is starting off with these basics for survival. So you've also got some storage and some collected resources, and then you can actually start planning. So you can come back to this line, start from creating your defense, then your walls, and then start building the structure and putting some structure in place. Right, I hope that was enough for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope it was useful for you, and next we can go and maybe explore the island a little bit and see what else we can build. Thanks again for watching.